Hey y'all, thanks for joining us again for Journey Online this week. We're going to continue in our current teaching series called Better Together, and I'm really excited about what we've got going on tonight because it's not just me and our teaching team, it's our teaching team and me and some of the other people from Journey that they've invited to be a part of answering the questions tonight. We've already recorded what you're about to see, and I really think what you're going to see is going to bless you guys. The cool thing is these students are just talking from the heart, right? There's no agenda. They're not trying to impress anybody. They're just kind of peeling the layers back a little bit and inviting you into their world to listen to what the Lord is doing in them, what He's showing them, what He's teaching them, and most importantly, what He's growing growing up inside of them. So please, over this next 30 minutes, just pay really close attention to what they have to say, because I know that they're not the only ones thinking and processing the same things, the things that they are. I know it's a really pretty good cross-section of who we are as a ministry, and even better, who we are as a community. So over these next couple minutes, please pay attention to these guys as they got some great things to share. We said this every week, and so here we go again. I miss you guys. Love you deeply. Can't wait to get back together and do this again soon, because we are better together. That's how we were designed. But until we can do that in person, we're going to be better together electronically, if that's the thing. I don't know, but we're going to go for it anyway. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you real soon. Pay attention to Better Together. Hey, what's up, Journey? We've got a teaching team again tonight, but it's expanded. We've got more people joining us to answer the questions, which is awesome. I love it. So before we jump in, I got a lot of questions to go through tonight. But before we jump in, I just want everybody to introduce themselves really quick. So I'll call on you because, again, your screen is different from my screen. We'll have a chance just to know who you are and get to know you a little bit. So, Savannah, you're first.
Okay, so I'm Savannah Dean, and I will be a freshman at Baylor next year.
Hi, Savannah. Emily, you're next.
Okay, my name's Emily, and I will be a senior at Haltom next year.
Senior at Haltom. Hudson Hayes.
Hey, what's up? My name's Hudson Hayes, and I'm going to Tarleton next year.
Very good. Mason, you're up.
Hey, I'm Mason Wellborn. I will be a freshman at the University of Colorado Boulder next year. My favorite color is gold.
Still. Hey, pull your hair out to the side so we can see how long it is without the curls. Good gravy. Yeah, jealous. All right, Ben Dunning.
Hi, I'm Ben Dunning. I'm going to be a freshman at Texas A&M next year.
Don't you have to say like whoop or something after you say that?
You were supposed to say howdy.
I haven't done my orientation yet.
Oh, you're not allowed to. Okay, gotcha. All right, Corbin, you're up.
Hi, my name is Corbin, and I'm also going to be a freshman at Texas A&M next year.
No whoop?
No whoop, yeah.
No loud. Okay. All right, Karis Elke.
Hi, my name is Karis, and I'm going to be a sophomore at Harvest Christian Academy next year.
My name's Landry Kate, and I'm going to be a junior at Harvest.
All right, and who's the dog? Scooby Dog.
This is, wow. he's great at coming.
There's no dog.
His name's Maverick.
Okay, Scooby?
Yeah, he looks like Scooby.
Scooby, okay. All right, Seth, you're up, bud.
My name's Seth. I'll be a senior at Liberty Christian next year.
Nice. All right, and Jordan, last but not least.
I'm Jordan. I'll be a senior at Harvest Christian Academy next year.
All right. Thanks, guys. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the questions for tonight. I'm really looking forward to all of these, but there's a couple I think that are going to get us going pretty good. First question we've got for tonight is for Emily and Hudson in that order. Emily, what's your favorite new thing?
So mine's an object. So Sunday was my birthday, and I finally got a new laptop that I've been waiting for so long. So I'm really happy about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Hudson.
17 or 18?
17.
17 years old. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Okay. And
All right. These are my new Chacos. I've been using them a lot. See how dirty they are? They're getting all my stuff dirty. I really enjoy them. I got them around Christmas time. I didn't really get to use them because it's cold during Christmas. You guys know how it is. And now I'm just beginning to wear them a lot as I go out in the water, in the dry stuff, getting them muddy. letting the mud dry. I like them.
Hey, I mean, clearly those have the toe strap. Are you a toe strap guy or a no toe strap guy?
Yeah. Unless I'm wearing socks, toe straps all the way.
Are those the ones with pizzas on them? Is that what I saw? Or not
No,
those?
it's Smokey the Bear. Instead of Choco, it says only you. Like only you can prevent forest fires.
Oh, nice. Okay. Do they stink yet?
No, they kind of smell like a campfire, which is weird.
Prove it.
I wore them next to people grilling, but I guess
They don't stink?
no. They smell like rubber and campfire.
Show us. Like,
Oh yeah.
good. Okay. Great. Great new items. All right. Next question. Mason and Karis. Mason, you're up first. What's been your worst cooking disaster during quarantine?
All right, I've had a few. I think the biggest one was I actually killed my cast iron skillet. I was making some Korean barbecue, and I realized that at the Korean barbecue place, there's a reason that they come and change your grill like every like 5 minutes, because if you use the same cook surface to do it all, it just chars up the whole thing, and then it doesn't work anymore, and eventually it catches on fire, and that's bad.
I've never heard of somebody ruining cast iron. Like unless you
Yeah,
let it
I
rust
found a
out.
way.
Wow.
It did not rust out. Like I scrubbed it for like 2 hours.
Oh,
Would not go away.
I thought you meant like you burnt a hole in it or something.
No, I didn't burn a hole in it. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have one anymore.
Oh, well, okay. Okay. Good call. I think Karis is up next.
Yeah. So I, like Mason, I've also had a few mishaps, but I would say my number one thing was I tried to make pizza from scratch one day. And so you make the dough and you add the sauce and the cheese and all of that. So I made the dough, but it wasn't rolling out. So I probably at some point had over kneaded it. So it was like really, really tough and firm. And so it wouldn't get super thin. So I baked it for the right time and the cheese on top was starting to burn. So I took it out of the oven, but the dough wasn't done cooking. So it was still like raw in the middle. And I didn't know until my sister had eaten like a piece of it yet, like the whole slice. And I was like, I have to take this back and put it back in the oven. And it was a big problem. We ate raw dough.
With eggs.
Yes.
Raw
but we didn't
eggs.
get something else, so it's okay. It's really not that big of a deal.
I mean, not yet. Okay. All right. So ruined cast iron and salmonella amongst family members. Yeah, that's pretty rough. All right. Question number 3 for Seth and Ben in that order. Seth, what's your favorite new hobby?
I guess it would have to be like gardening because my mom wanted a garden in the backyard. So like we like dug up the grass, turned it into dirt, and then like planted flowers and stuff. You have like some hibiscus, tulips, roses, and we planted a palm tree back there. And so yeah.
Dang, Seth. Wow. That's like a hobby and work all at the same time. It's usually not how it's supposed to work. All right. Gardening. I wasn't expecting that, but way to go.
Yep.
All right, who's next? Who are you supposed to kick it to?
Ben.
Ben, yeah.
Definitely my favorite new hobby has been babysitting Scoob, or as some mistakenly call him, Maverick.
Okay. Has he peed on you?
Not yet. I'm still waiting for that.
Okay. And it hadn't gone the other way, right? Like you haven't.
No, not yet. No.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. This could be like a follow-up to what you just said, Ben. Have you learned a new stupid human trick? Something tells me Corbin probably has. So let's hear from Corbin and then from his sister, Landry Kate. All right, Corbin.
Yeah, so I get really bored pretty easily. And I was scrolling through YouTube one day and I came across this great thing you can do with a soda can. It's pretty much you fold it up and then you can make it sound like a car. So you go.
Hey, that's like legit. That's pretty good. Can you do it one more time? But get closer to your microphone. That's incredible.
Wait, give me a second.
Yeah, it's impressive. I know your mom and dad are so proud of you, Corbin.
thrilled. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean A&M, watch out, here he comes. All
Lifetime
right.
accomplishment right there. So
That's good. Okay, I guarantee you, there's going to be like everybody's trying that as soon as they watch this. Good work. All right, good luck. Okay, I don't know how you can follow that up.
I don't know. I have a puppy though, so I win already.
Oh, okay.
Maverick knows lots of tricks, including if you tell him to pound it, oh, he'll wiggle. Thank you. But he has learned how to sit, which is
He's sitting.
impressive. And then you give him the treat, and he's a happy puppy. He can stand up if you like. He's standing. It's really bad angle right now.
You can make him pound it?
I can. Maverick. Maverick. Found it. See, very cute.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thankfully for the Fowler family, Corbin really came through tonight. Nice try.
That's what our parents say too, so.
You're probably right. Okay. All right. So this next question is for Savannah and Emily and Karish. 3. A little bit of a serious question here. All right. So of these 5 things that I'm about to name off, of these 5 things, what have you had the biggest struggle trying to maintain? Your spiritual walk, your emotional stability, your physical fitness, your mental health, and your relationships. Of those 5 things, what have you had the biggest struggle trying to maintain? And I didn't prep you for this. And if you want to talk a little bit about why it's been such a struggle, feel free to let us into your world a little bit. So Savannah, Emily, and Karis.
Okay.
Savannah, thank you for letting me finish the question.
You are welcome. Anything for you. Yeah, you're right. This is the first serious question, but I think one of the big ones is mental health, because I think some people who may not even struggle with that in general, and like the busyness of everyday life, are finding themselves struggling with it now. And I think that's because some days you might wake up and not feel motivated, but you normally have to go to school or have to go to church, or you have these responsibilities. But now in quarantine, all of a sudden you wake up, you want to lay in bed all day, and it's like you kind of can. And so, which is like kind of cool, but it's also really not good, because if you allow yourself, if you want, like you feel like your mind and your heart's just like going into darkness, and it's like you're able to go into that darkness, and sometimes it feels easier to just let yourself slip into the darkness than fight for the light. And so just with like almost wanting to be lazy all the time, you have to like really, really chase the light and really remind yourself of the truth of scripture. Keep yourself motivated, keep yourself like going downstairs to your family, like, and hanging with your family if you're feeling that way, instead of just like locking yourself in your room, which is something that you can do. So I think this is something that has probably just escalated a lot in quarantine with people, and it's really sad, but I think it's important to talk about it and be aware of it, because it's such a real thing. So Emily.
Personally, my biggest thing has been my spiritual walk. It's just so easy, when we're in church like twice a week on Sundays and Wednesdays. And so, being out of that, even though we're having the videos and everything, it's just been a little hard for me to keep myself motivated to do that. And like, sure, I'll look at my verse of the day every single day, but I don't actually spend time in my Bible enough. And some people have told me it's been so easy for them because you have so much extra time to keep up your walk, but it's definitely something I need to step up on. Karis.
I think mine is probably emotional stability, because I have a whole bunch of support systems around me, and like they're always there for me, and I know they're like, if I'm having a hard day or just like a rough time or something, I can go to them and they're really gonna like help me out. But it's really hard just to know like that it's kind of just me. And so I've been struggling with just keeping positive and being optimistic, when for so long we were just getting bad news after bad news after bad news. But I mean, I'm not saying like it's almost over, but it's come to a point where it's like I've found things that help me like combat that, so I can fight against it and realize that just because I'm by myself or not around a whole bunch of people a lot of the time, doesn't mean that I have to be mopey or sad, because I can like have an emotion without having to feed off of other people's emotions.
Yeah, good answers. I should have asked this way when I asked the question, but I think we've all kind of recognized that there's this interconnectedness between our physical self and our emotional self and our spiritual self and our mental self and our relational self. Like those things, they go like this. And so when one of those begins to drop off a little bit, you can really begin to see the others start to trend downwards, take that downward fall. And then they begin to feed off of each other in a bad way and really begin to pull us down. So what we're doing tonight with this, and what y'all do with your Zoom groups, with your small groups, and even just text messages and FaceTime or whatever throughout the week, those are huge, because although you don't get it's not the same as talking to somebody face to face, at least there's some kind of exchange there. So I know a lot of y'all are participating in those, and it does make all the difference in the world. It's not the best thing, but for what we're kind of where we are right now, it's kind of that next best thing. So yeah, you're not alone in your struggles. Emily, when you said you were struggling with your spirituality, I was on my way to a meeting at the office today, and I pulled up my Bible reading app, because I don't read a lot of the Bible reading app. I let it play over my Bluetooth, or I'll listen to it sometimes while I'm running. And I found out today that I'm like 65 days behind my reading plan. So yeah, I got some work to do to catch up on that. So you're not by yourself. Getting out of that routine and not being in the normal get up and read and get up and pray and get up and do whatever else it is, it can take a toll on everything. For whatever reason, obviously the spirituality it can take a big hit when we get out of our normal routine. What I have noticed, though, and maybe y'all agree with this or not, it seems like, though, even though my Bible reading and the plans hadn't fallen like I like them to fall, it seems like I felt like I've kind of dwelt with the Lord, almost like the engagement is there, because something that Savannah said, it was either last week or is in the Sunday morning when we had this interview with the seniors. All those distractions, and not all of them, but a lot of the distractions that we're so used to have kind of fallen by the wayside. So it almost seems like that connection with the Father has grown deeper and stronger, but my normal daily disciplines of spirituality have kind of taken a back seat. So I'm still trying to figure out that in my brain, how that goes together. But it's a different walk right now than I think we're all used to. And sometimes it can put us in a bad place, but like we're going to see with the answer to this next question, sometimes it can set us up to some pretty good stuff also. So thank you guys. Appreciate your vulnerability in answering those questions. The follow-up question is just like that, but exactly opposite. So yeah, nothing like it at all. These same 5 things, where have you seen the biggest gains? Spiritual walk, emotional stability, physical fitness, mental health, and relationships. And on this one, we've got Jordan and LK answering. So Jordan, you're up first.
So I'm kind of doing a 2-for-1, and I think something that at the beginning of this that I really struggle with, but that I've kind of grow in has been mental health for me. Coming out of school and, realizing that we're not going back was really hard for me, just as someone who's really involved and I really thrive in that environment. It was really hard to not be around people, but it kind of turned to realizing like I really overwork myself when I'm in school with how much I'm involved in. And, there's never a morning I'm not there early and an afternoon where I'm not there late. And just having time to kind of like rest and watch Netflix and read my Bible on my own time and, kind of work out, having that time to really just take things slower has been really good for me as somebody who's very rush, get this done. So I think a few of those things have kind of all come together for my mental health, my physical fitness, a bit of my spiritual walk has all come together. So LK?
For me, it would definitely be the relationship aspect with not only Christ, but my friends. I think this has caused you to be way more intentional about staying invested in those friendships and pursuing that. And the relationship with our Father. I just think I tend to also be busy and be involved in everything and kind of put that on the back burner, which is not great and not what the Father calls us to do. And just having the time to sit in the mornings and spend with God and really not put a timeline or a cap on that has been really beneficial for me, because normally it's like mornings and then get to school at like 7. But I think that's been something that I've noticed that's been really cool to watch God work through that. And then just intentionally pursuing my friends, whether that be Zoom calls or FaceTimes or whatever it is. Just like spending that time to realize like these people are going to be in my life for a long time, and just walking next to them through this season has been cool.
Nice. Good answers, both of y'all. And so follow up to those questions. And I'm kind of putting you on the spot here because I didn't prep you for this question. So I guess you could say no, but I mean, it'd be awkward. So I say just go for it. Of those 5, so you say you're kind of growing in some strengths, or growing in some of those areas. Did you foresee yourself growing in a particular area and it hadn't happened like you thought it would? And so you just kind of flexed naturally into those that are you're kind of experiencing some natural growth. Have you noticed that at all?
I think I thought that the relationships was going to be really hard for me. I guess I'm kind of turning the question on you, not on you, but I'm totally changing the question. But I thought that like relationships would be easier as like having more time to reach out. But for me, it's been hard, not having that like connection that you have when you're with someone. You can't really have that over Zoom or over FaceTime. So I think that's something that I kind of thought maybe with all this free time, especially when this first started, we kind of just thought we were getting a week or 2 break from school and not school is over. That would be easier to reach out to people, but it hasn't been that way.
Okay. No, that's fair. I like it. Okay. How about you?
I jumped into this thinking the same, like it's a fun break that I get to spend with my friends, which not necessarily was that. I think I kind of saw my relationship with Christ, or at least I wanted it to, of course, just to watch that grow, because I'm busy a lot of the times, and that's not always the priority when there's an assignment due tomorrow or whatever it is. So that's something that I really had to sit down and be like, okay, I want there to be a change and I want to see that. So that's not just going to be like natural. I'm going to have to work for it. And so that was something that I think was one of the priorities. And I saw that growing.
Yeah, excellent. All right. Good answer. Off the cuff. Nicely done. All right. So Jordan, you're not driving and doing this, are you? Right? You're just riding? I hope she's not driving. That'd be bad.
No, I just disconnected. No.
Okay, just right. Okay, good.
No, mom's driving. I have a doctor's appointment to go to.
Okay. All right. So this is a question for everybody. And Jordan, let's start with you in case you cut out while you're driving. Just a real quick thing. What do you miss most about Journey? What do you miss most about getting together on Wednesday nights? Jordan, you're first. Maybe. All right. Corbin, we can fill in Jordan's own answer. All right, Corbin, how about you, bud? What do you miss the most?
I would say I miss the interacting with the people just in the small groups and in Journey itself. I've been able to connect and stay connected with some people, but there's other people that I won't talk, like I haven't talked to, and I would have if we'd been in Journey itself. So missing that a little bit and just interacting and getting to see all the different ages and strengths, people's different strengths of beliefs, and coming together and worshiping as one, I think is something I really enjoy, and we've kind of missed out on that. Nice.
Yeah, well said. So not necessarily like your normal deep relationships, but some of those periphery relationships that, yeah, that's good. Well said. I hadn't thought about that. That's good. All right, Jordan, let's try you again. Can you hear us? Maybe. I feel like she's trying. Okay, Mason, how about you, bud?
Yeah, Corbin kind of took like all the answers there, but I personally I miss having like that built-in community and that built-in time every week to come and be with a community like that loves God and that is like worshiping together. Like it's kind of hard to just organize that on my own. Like it's not the same as I'm coming to a place with the desire to, or like with the intention of being with people that have the same faith in me as me, and then like discussing my faith and growing stronger in my faith. Like
Yeah.
it's nice to have that built into a week.
Yeah, the intentionality and just the regularity of it makes a
Yeah.
huge difference. Yeah, okay, yeah, well said. All right, Seth, what about you, bud?
For me, it would have to be like the energy in the room that kind of wants you to learn more about God and kind of get out your comfort zone a little bit and open up. It kind of gives me, for me personally, kind of gives me like a boost to finish through the week. I kind of feel like Wednesday is like almost a perfect spot for it, like the middle of the week, and gives me like a boost to go through the rest of the week strong.
Yeah. Listen, from one old man, I miss y'all's energy. I'm right there with you. I agree 100%. Yeah, miss you guys. All right, Jordan, we try again.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Good.
I just miss worship a lot. I miss, obviously, I still listen to worship music and worship on my own, but just the environment, like you talk about almost every week, just kind of feeling that Holy Spirit there with everyone, and when everyone's singing out, it's just such like a heart and soul thing. You can totally feel everyone worshiping with you, and I am so ready to get back to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's great to see it on screen, even on Sunday morning, but it's just something different being in the room with everybody. Yeah, agree with you 100%. All right, Mr. Dunning, Ben, what do you think?
Sort of like everyone else has said, kind of, or most people, is the small group time set out each week.
Yeah. Yep. Relationships, 100%. All right, Karis and LK.
I miss the leadership that was there. Just being present in that, and just gaining the wisdom from the people that have gone before us and have learned some of the lessons. And just like, I mean, of course you can listen to podcasts and sermons, but it's just not the same when it's not in person.
I really miss like being in your small group and having people around you who you could like talk through like with what was going on, and they just get it.
Yeah.
Like just having people around you who get it, and being able to like goof off and then like hone it down and have a really serious conversation, and just like knowing that y'all are there all together and like you just love the Lord and you love each other. It's something that I really miss.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Relationships. I mean, that's the core of basically everything everybody said so far. I bet it's going to be similar for these next three. All right, Savannah, how about you?
I'd say worship, of course, but also just being in a room with people who want to be there. Like every single person, you can just tell that like their parents are not making them go. Like they want to go, they want to be there. And it's just such an excitement to see people from 7th to 12th grade and from just different genders, different backgrounds, different everything. And they all want to be there. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. So I miss that.
Cool. Yeah, I do too. All right, Emily, what do you got?
Well, I mean, obviously I miss everything, but just being there on Wednesday nights with the youth group just brings me so much confidence and joy in the fact that I'm able to just talk to new people and talk to people I know even. And you can feel that it's, a judge-free environment and you're just comfortable there. And I love, getting to meet new people, but also strengthening the relationships that I already have.
Yeah, nice. Well said. All right, Hudson Hayes, seal it up. What do you miss, bud?
I mean, I miss worship a lot. Like so many people have said, I just miss being in a room of people, raising their voices, their hands up, just saying like, God, we love you. God, we want you to be a part of our lives. And just that moment in a room of people who are all worshiping God and just ushering him into a room. I mean, there's nothing that I can almost do on my own to like create a moment like that. It's just as magical and beautiful as that.
Yeah, man, you're spot on. I think y'all are hitting on the whole reason that we're even doing this little forum for these few weeks is because we're better together. I mean, that's the way we were created to live. We're created to worship God only, right? But it's hard to worship God by ourselves. So there's something very special about there and gathering with the body and doing the things that we're supposed to do together. So yeah, I miss you guys a whole lot. Can't wait to get around each other and do this live as soon as possible. Can't come soon enough. So we got just a few minutes left and don't want to stress this on if we don't need to. But does anybody have any final thoughts about anything that we've talked about tonight that you want to kind of seal up with? Anybody have anything else to throw in there?
I actually do.
Okay.
So about what I was saying earlier about the mental health, I think sometimes for me personally, if I feel like I'm like slipping into like a dark hole or something like that, or even people around me who I've talked to, sometimes we correlate that directly with our relationship with God. And sometimes that's accurate. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves where the treasures of our hearts lie. But at the same time, if we think that anytime we are anxious, anytime we are depressed, anytime we have any of that, if we blame that and think that we're like falling short in a relationship, I think sometimes we need to give ourselves grace and realize that like the devil is working against us and we need to fight out of that. But mental health does not mean that you're not doing good in your relationship with God if you're struggling with that. And I think that's okay to realize. And I think fighting to stay close with God, to strengthen yourself in those times. But I don't think it's, I don't know. I think it's important just to not correlate those directly. So.
No, it's good. And always, I think you'd agree with this also, always bring other people in the conversation. Like, don't struggle by yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. But then if you invite other people into the conversation that you trust, allow them to kind of heap that grace on you as well. And just kind of choose to be a human being, because it's where we all are. It's where we all are. We're all struggling on different levels, and it's okay to be that no matter where we are. So, no, very well said, Savannah. Thanks for drawing that up. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody? All right. Well, y'all look great. You sound great. It's good to see you. It's good to hear from you. I know this is really going to bless everybody when we get a chance to roll it out on Wednesday nights. Thanks for your insights. Thanks for your thoughts. Thanks for your vulnerability and for putting yourself out there. And we appreciate your time. We'll see you next time. Love you guys. Adios. All right, well, a huge shout out and thanks obviously to all the Journey students who participated in that conversation. It's a big deal. Y'all know this, to put yourself out in front of a bunch of your peers when you're face to face. It's a totally different thing to do it online when you know there's going to be some people watching that you know, but even more than that, there's going to be people watching who that you don't know who they are. So I'm going to ask you to kind of add to that second group. If you've got some people who need to hear some of the stuff that was just said, please pass along this link. Let them know that we're still up to some great things going on at Journey and at Venture Church. There will be time very soon where they get to come and join us in what the Lord is doing in and through us. I can't wait for that to happen. But until that does happen, the best thing that we can do is to forward on these links to our friends, family, teammates, or whoever else that you got around you. There's some great things that have been shared that people need to know about. So pass this link on. Journey, love you guys, miss you guys. If there's anything we can do, please holler. You got my phone number, you got my email address if you even use email, or hit us up on Instagram, whatever it is. Just communicate with us. Let us know how we can serve you guys, how we can be praying for you, and how we can very soon be better together. Love you. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Bye.